Only 100 miles south of the Arizona border, the vast Sierra Madre Occidental is a rugged and magnificent land. It is home to many endangered species, jaguars, gray wolves, and thick-billed parrots. Once one of the most diverse old-growth forests in the world, this forest remains crucial to the 100,000 Tarahumara Indians and 3 other indigenous groups who have lived in the Sierra Madre for 2,000 years. It is this land that Edwin Bustillos is risking his life to protect.
The ecosystem are very special. We have about 83 oak species, 28 pine species, which means that in all around the world, that's the only place that we have all that kind of vegetation. Indian people still have old-growth forest. In this forest, they have plants for food and plants for medicine. This is a self-sustainable area for indigenous people. That's why it's very, very important.
Beyond the awesome landscape lies another world, an ugly one. Violent drug lords are growing opium poppies for export to the United States. Illegal loggers are felling the last stands of old-growth forest, destroying the Sierra Madre and turning it into an ecological war zone.
Our biggest challenge was from the beginning drug traffickers and timber companies. In both cases, they come in order to grow drugs or to destroy the best of the forest. And that's the kind of areas that we really wanted to protect, because in that areas, Indian people are still living in the traditions they had from ancient times.
Undaunted by the violence generated by the drug trade and frustrated by the lack of official protection for the area, in 1991, Bustillos formed an environmental and human rights group called the Advisory Council of the Sierra Madre, or CASMAC. CASMAC's goal is to create a biosphere reserve that encompasses over 1.5 million acres of the Sierra.
We decided to work for indigenous people because the government agencies were doing nothing for the requirements of the Indian communities, the human rights. And we decided to work in areas like this one that you can see here, in very remote areas where government doesn't like to come because it's dangerous, because it's very remote.
Edwin Bustillos has paid a high price for his crusade. In December 1993, he was dragged from his car near his home, beaten senseless, and left for dead. 4 months later, on a narrow mountain road, a 3-ton truck smashed his Bronco from behind. Forced off the road, Bustillos plunged down a 300-foot embankment. His ribs were broken, his spine damaged. His left arm, damaged in the fall, now has only limited use. Miraculously, Bustillos has survived 5 separate attempts on his life. Yet despite the dangers, Bustillos and CASMAC have achieved remarkable successes.
The Advisory Council of the Sierra Madre was successful stopping the illegal logging in 3 of the areas that we can see at the other side of this canyon. We are talking about more than 500,000 cubic meters of logging each year.
Edwin Bustillos' courage and compassion reserve a special place for him among environmental activists. No matter how dedicated many of them are, few have put their own lives on the line on a daily basis. Edwin Bustillos is a man willing to die to protect the Sierra Madre.
I think the best way to spend the life is be useful for the people that lives around us from the beginning.
For outstanding environmental achievement in North America, a 1996 Goldman Environmental Prize is awarded to Edwin Bustillos of the Sierra Madre Occidental, Mexico.